Welcome back to my Lego studio and workshop. In this video, I'm going to be arranging my room, putting up my city and such. First, I'm going to start off with my Speed Champions cars to figure out where they're going to go. Oh, let me turn on the lights here. There we go. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. With the Gen 2 Speed Champions cars, I'm going to put them in the display racks up on this first tier of shelving above these two tables. And then up above that, on the second tier, I'm going to place my Gen 1 Speed Champions cars. I still have to build all of the display racks for those. So I think I'm gonna stack 5 cars tall, and then I'm able to fit 8 of them up to this point where the shelf ends, but I won't need that many yet. I'll need 7 of them because there's 35 cars to date. Now, when I did these custom shelves, this is my standard width, but I also made one half that width with Speed Champions in mind. So this is really all the width I need. So I'll probably replace this standard shelf with a more narrow one. And I've got 2 of those made, so that'll work out nicely for both Gen 2 and Gen 1 cars. I apologize for the echo. Hopefully later in this video, once I have this room filled with Lego, we won't have this problem. So we'll monitor the echo situation. Also, I'm filming over multiple days, so you'll notice the sun sometimes is up, sometimes it's down. At the beginning of this video, I had some nice natural light coming in, but now I do not. So it's a little bit dark over here. By the end of this video, I plan on adding more artificial lighting, more shop lights. So you'll see the lighting improve throughout the video as well. I've got the 35 Gen 2 cars stacked up here with a little bit of room to spare on the edge of the shelf for any new cars that come out later this year. On the next tier of shelving, I'm going to put the Gen 1 Speed Champ cars. I don't have all of them built at this time, so I'm not going to display all of them at this moment, but I'll leave a little bit of room to spare for when I do build those. But let me go ahead and get those display racks built and get them put up. Okay, so there's actually 36 Gen 2 cars if you include the dragster, which I've been ignoring in a lot of my videos because how do you display this thing? I guess I'll just stand it up there, put it in between my other displays. Yeah, I guess that works. I did a lot of work off camera. You could probably tell by the reduction in echo. That's because I have a lot of Lego now into this room set up on shelves and tables behind me. I'll show you that in a moment, but first of all, I wanted to show you my Gen 1 cars on display. I don't have the racks completely built, at least, not the final caps on them. And there's some tiles missing that I have to find some extras of those. But it's still a work in progress. The Ford F-150 and the Model A Hot Rod, I could put them in the display racks, but I chose to just leave them off to the side with the trailer and all. So I think this is looking pretty good. When I first designed the brick-built display racks, this is what I had in mind, that they'd be sitting up on shelves, stacked on top of one another, and just having a bunch of cars on display. And I didn't originally plan on building them for the Gen 1 cars, but I'm glad I did. It was because viewers like you questioned, can it be done for the Gen 1 cars as it was done for the Gen 2s? And yes, you can see that it does work, though it's a little bit different pieces involved, but mostly the same. Also, you can see that I'm experimenting with my current design. One of the viewers of this channel asked, can we remove some pieces to make it more cost efficient to build these? And I thought I'd give it a try. And it looks like it's working right now, and I'm experimenting with minifigures being displayed in front of the cars. So I think the cars look pretty good, though it's a little bit dark here on the left side of the shelves because I centered my light with respect to all the shelving on that wall. So I kind of regret doing that, but with the help of this handy app, I can adjust my smart shop LED lights to full brightness. This light in particular is 10,000 lumens. It's looking a little bit better, but how about we turn on another light? So I installed two more. This one here and that one over there. Connected all four together. And let's just go to my app. This one's on the east. There we go. That one is on. And it provides a little bit more light over here. But this light is mainly for lighting up my Ninjago city. So over here on the east side of the room is where I have my Ninjago city layout. I've got all of the modulars and a bit more added there. And in fact, there are the empty boxes for what I have in the city. And then I did some modifications to the shelf up here to incorporate Destiny's Bounty. I think that's a pretty good spot for it. And up above it, I've got a couple of things in mind to put there. It'll either be the Titanic, if I ever get that. It would go nicely up there. Or something Pirates theme related. And I'll get back with you on my choice for putting Pirates there. However, there's one more light to turn on over on the west. Yes, that lights up the Eiffel Tower. There she is in all of its glory, the Eiffel Tower. I think that's a good spot for it, and I like how I have that light right over top of it, shining down on it. So, perfect spot for this room as a centerpiece. Also on these tables, I plan on adding more Lord of the Rings or icons stuff. I've got the Tower of Orthanc here. When Barad-dûr comes out, I plan on adding that, maybe even Rivendell. But anyway, what I've got to the left here, up on these shelves, are some space things. The classic space theme, the Galaxy Explorer, and also some realistic space stuff. And I thought this would be a good place to hang my Sigfig modded art up on the wall right there. I plan on making that a green spaceman eventually, but you can tell what I've done. It had a simple smiley face and I modded it to my Sigfig. I also have CMF Series 25 here. Why? Well, because they're coming out with Series 26, which is space related, and I thought that would look good hanging it over here when I get them added to the display case. So this will be kind of like a space corner over here. But going back over here, I've got my amusement park stuff put up here. It could be an amusement park that I put on these tables. However, it's probably more likely going to be my future Speed Champions city. But I have no idea what that's going to look like, but I'm just kind of keeping it open for now. But up above it, I know what I'm going to do with these shelves. These are going to be the larger scaled cars. The system built cars from the icons and ideas themes, such as these ones here. I guess they're all icons and no ideas. But anyway, gonna have some of those cars built and put up here. Some movie cars maybe on one of the shelves. So essentially this whole wall of shelving will pretty much be car related. However, on the top, what I plan on doing is making it all icons, ideas, and maybe some one-off stuff. Like for example, Minions, Wall-E, upscaled minifigs, and some other random stuff. They'll mostly be ideas and icon sets because those are my two favorite themes. I recently finally got the A-frame cabin and the Viking village. They'll be built eventually and put up on the top tier of shelving. And over here on these shelves, I've got the medieval blacksmith and down there a couple of GWPs. So I'm thinking about keeping that like medieval themed over there. So I've got space, realistic and classic, classic castle-like stuff over there. And then to balance it out, what I was saying earlier is have some classic pirate stuff over here. So to keep all of that classic, neo-classic vibe anyway, in this room. And then you can see over here, I've got my city put in. At least that's where I left off. Got two tiers of my city, the lower tier on the tables, and upper tier on the shelves, and my city sign up above it at the mountaintop. Yep, this is Greenside Cliffs. I'll do a full update video when I've got some updates to show you. Oh yeah, on that same shelf as the Greenside sign, that will be my promo shelf. All of the 2024 promos that I collect will be presented on that shelf. And yes, by the end of the year, that entire tier of shelving will be filled up. And over here, I've got the Technic Porsche 911 displayed. I think that's a good sized shelf for it. And I was thinking of making it so that all of my Technic car builds could be over here. I think that would look pretty sweet. The two tables in the middle of my room here will be kept clear most of the time so that I have space to build sets and do some mock work. And occasionally I let little green brick in to play with some of my Lego. That is why we've got some dinosaurs stored in one of these shelves, just for him to come in and spread out a little bit there. Rather him play on this blank table than destroy my city or anything over here or over there. Yeah, so I like to keep some space open for him. Hey, no playing over there. What's going on? The table over here will be dedicated for my videos, doing reviews, custom builds, any video recording. That's where I'll probably do it most of the time. Now, what I'm really looking forward to, though it was fun putting up all of the stuff on the shelves here and getting my room arranged, I'm really looking forward to organizing my parts collection into these drawer units so that I can be ready to do some custom building again. So looking forward to that. There's my closet. Yeah, let's get all of those parts sorted. Well, the part sorting will happen another time. A viewer addressed my concern about sunlight damage by suggesting that I put up some window tint to block the UV light from the window, and thank you for that suggestion. I did just that. Here are some before and after shots. Notice the improvement in the lighting especially. I'm always open to suggestions and feedback on how to improve my setup, whether it be big or small, and I'm happy with the progression of the room. Feel like it's large enough to accommodate my needs and have adequate display space. That does it for this update video. Thanks for watching.